Bill Belichick's not going to have a job next year.
Nope.
15 wins away from the all-time winning record. 15 wins. Now, we're not saying he's never going to be a head coach again because 1 year, different coaching cycle. Mid-season firing happens to somebody, that ownership can potentially now go talk to Bill Belichick. And I guess there's still a couple jobs open.
Yeah.
Okay, there's still a couple jobs open, so there's a chance that he gets it, but everybody's saying long shot, probable not, how it goes. So is Bill doing TV next? What is Bill doing? Advice? Is he on the boat next year? What do you think Bill Belichick does next year?
Man, he's gonna have a tough time. Like, think about that. What his life will look like. Say it comes around springtime when usually the players are coming back for OTAs and stuff, and Bill doesn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, he's got to be involved with football somehow. That'd be awesome, man. If he goes and does some TV, does some analyst work, and then he knows, like, hey, I'm getting hired real soon, either during the season when they get rid of somebody or as soon as the season's over, someone's snatching me up.
I would like to let everybody know and people know that, I pay people for their time, especially if they make our business a massive amount of money. That is business, I thought. I think that's how a lot of people think things are.
We'll see.
Until it's about us, and then they're like, people are supposed to be paid what they're worth? No, that is not. Wait, I thought you were just fighting for that. No, what? Well, it's
different.
He wears a tank top. So shut up. But that I want to let everybody know. I will make this promise that if Bill Belichick is going to go do TV, old Pat McAfee will be in the running to try to get Bill Belichick to join our program. The amount of questions, as soon as I see him, and that might be a reason why he doesn't want it.
True.
But our group of humans just never-ending questions to Bill Belichick, who literally knows everything about the NFL. Everything. Every game that's ever been played, seemingly he has a Rolodex of all of it. Every player that's ever been great, that's why he was great on that Top 100 show, because he didn't do any prep. He just walked in there, sat down, and like, here's a guy from 1924. He was the first ever, I got it, fullback. Yeah, he did. What was great about him was, and Bill does the full breakdown, and after what we saw on College Game Day, he's got moxie too.
Yeah.
He's great on TV. I think we'll all be incredibly lucky if that's the case, AJ Hawk.
If he decides to do it, and if he does it, he's competitive. He wants to be good. So I think he'll be great. Like, that's the thing. But does he want to take that leap? That's a little different lifestyle. Yeah, I don't know. What was weird was hearing Greeny today go to break one time saying, we may have seen Bill Belichick coach his last game in the NFL. And they go to break.
No.
Like, I don't know about that, man.
That's the thing. Like, 1 year off, a lot of people have. Now he's 70, he'll be 72. At the end of this next up.
But I guess, sorry to cut you off, but is there more need for him next year? If there's not a whole lot of demand for him right now, what makes you think a year off will do it?
That happens, right? In that kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Usually.
That is normally like.
Big Mike.
Because.
I'm saying we were surprised by this, though, how the little in demand he was.
Yeah. I think the Albert Breer point that was made, that kind of echoed what we were just kind of firing off at the hip about, could potentially be the thing. That'll still be a problem next year. But if one of these teams, we saw with Nathaniel Hackett, I guess, a couple years ago with the Denver Broncos, but let's say one of these teams gets it completely wrong, and they were thinking about maybe Bill Belichick, and maybe they're a team that's like, you know what, we didn't want to do it last year, we didn't want to pull the trigger, still wants to do it, we'll go after it. And maybe there's a team that's really close, and they're like, 2 years is cool with us. If that's the case, we'll get into it. What if another team goes up for sale?
Exactly.
There's like so many exterior factors that 1 year from now, you have no clue what's going to be the case. But if he remains in second place forever, 15 games away.
There's just no way.
After trying to get another job and the NFL basically saying no to him, boy, I'll be excited to hear Bill Belichick speak whenever he goes on a speaking tour about how, I don't want to say aggravating that probably is, but I would assume for him, lifelong mission has been to go get this. And then basically 31 teams, I guess 32 teams are like, not today, old man.
Yeah.
Take a seat. That's wild to me.
You have to imagine that it'll be the same thing. Kind of happens every year, but look at teams like the Jets and put the Rodgers stuff aside. But if something happens and they miss the playoffs next year, they'd probably be okay with hiring Bill and kind of blowing everything up because it hasn't worked. Look at the Cowboys. They're already not extending Big Mike. It kind of seems like it's Super Bowl or bust. If they don't, if they limp into the playoffs and get beat in the first round or don't win a Super Bowl, does next year Jerry say okay, okay, we kind of missed the boat on that last year. We're not going to do it right now, but now next year they underperform again. Like there will be, you would think, 3 to 4 teams that whether it's hey we're good with blowing everything up and bringing Bill in and kind of trying to go for broke and win a Super Bowl or a couple, even if he's only got a few years left. Like it's just impossible to believe that he's going to go through next hiring cycle too, and people will be like, I don't think so. Especially if that's the only reason is that people they don't want him to come in and kind of blow everything up.
I mean, if I'm John Mara, I'm looking at Dave's and Joe Shane and saying, hey, boys, get out. We're blowing this thing up. Bill Belichick, get in here. Let's do it 2-3 years, get another ring. Why not?
Bruce was saying earlier today,
Yeah.
He was like, what are we, 30 people we got to fire and move on from? John Mara has been answering questions about why the team sucks forever. You think he was like, what today? What are we even? And there's been a lot of people that have thought that for certain fans, but then there's been a lot of people who are like, this is the right call not bringing it in.
Yeah.
And that's been wild to me.
It's nuts.
Because there is a chance, I guess, that he just can't coach anymore, can't win anymore in the modern era, can't reach the players anymore. Is that why you think some people are saying that this makes sense that nobody wants him?
I genuinely don't know. I think that is part of it. The firing, of course, of a bunch of people, too, when he comes in is part of it. I think this year might be a time where he kind of sits back and doesn't coach, and he's Grandpa Belichick first, but I also think he reevaluates his own situation. Like, does he want to be the GM and the head coach of a team more than he wants to have that record at the end of the day? Like, I think that there's a chance he might even talk to a few GMs around the league. Like, okay, fine, I could probably make it work with this guy.
The most Bill Belichick thing of all time is he's going to be the head coach of Navy this season.
It'd be sick.
I saw Ken Niumatalolo just got a head coaching job at San Jose.
Yes.
San Jose State, I think.
Because their coach went to somewhere.
Arizona,
yes. Thank
Cannot wait for College Game Day next year. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's not.
Every player's at the same school.
That's right.
Yep.